right, everybody. So I'm going to open up the Discord here in just a moment. I'm not in there just yet. And it is a little bit later than I would have wanted to do this stream. So if we start doing this on a routine basis, I will try to get in a little bit sooner than, let's see here. It's about 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. It's not the best time for everybody, is it? So I will have the Discord open. If anybody in here wants to go ahead and hop into the Discord chat, feel free to do so. There should be a link in the chat to be able to get in if you wanted to do it. Obvious Lurker is here. Good to see you. So yeah, we're actually on D Live, maybe Periscope, YouTube. I'm not sure if we got on Facebook, Twitch, kind of streaming everywhere, I guess. Inflation to the moon. We've now heard the Fed speak today. They had a Fed meeting. We got to have, everything that we saw that was here, right? That they were trying to deny for so long. The inflation's here, right? You see it. I see it. Every time that you go to the grocery store, you feel it. But the Fed doesn't count that kind of stuff, do they? Anything that makes something look too bad, they can just sweep it under the rug, and we're not going to look over there. No, don't even bother, right? Let me actually get into a bit of news coverage here so you guys can see some of what I might be talking about. Make sure that this is opened up. I think that it is. We'll do the best we can. All right, so Fed holds interest rates near zero, sees faster growth and higher inflation. What do you think? Surprise, surprise, am I right? No, we're not shocked. Not at all. I'm actually going to go ahead and join the Discord now. Let me let them know. All right. I'm not sure if anybody will come on. I mean, it's not the best time in the world to be getting on. So Malv, if you're still in here, we actually are live right now. And I could share links with you if you wanted to inside of the Discord so you could see what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Do you want to do that? I should probably share these with the chat too. There we go. Sorry guys, give me a second. I'm sharing links. Let's see here. It's not letting me share it to chat. That's cool.
Where are you up to? I think I got your YouTube channel. Let's see.
Probably. Right now we're looking at CNBC. Fed holds interest rates near zero, sees faster growth and higher inflation. Do you actually think that we're seeing any growth out there? Or is the Fed funny money just playing its part? I don't know if we're actually seeing real growth here.
Oh, I definitely see contraction of economic activity. You can see it by traveling around.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how travel has been affected, to say the least, by all of this. But
thank you, Daniel, for sharing that in chat.
I think the other stuff kind of speaks a little bit a different story in some ways. The high prices for shipping and everything else. So
I've actually got some articles pulled up just on the shipping because I found out yesterday. I don't have a link for this pulled up, guys. But before this whole pandemic, when society was still normal, to get a freight, I think it was a 22-foot long shipping container, to rent that out on a boat, to have it sent from Asia and have all of your products sent here to the U.S., I think it was like $600 and something, maybe $800 and something. They are now paying $15,000 for this. And I've got a good feeling inflation's going to move kind of slow, right? Because this product needs time to get onto the shelves. And that could be stupid iPhones, or it could be the food that you're eating. There is certain things that we do get from overseas. TC, I'm glad you joined us. So this is going to get a lot more expensive.
Hey there, how's it going, French?
Whoa, hold on, guys. If he just blew your ears out, I'm sorry. Hey, TC.
Oh.
So I've got
hey there.
We're kind of talking about the Fed right now because they plan to hold interest rates near zero. We're doing that. And they claim that we're seeing faster growth and higher inflation. So we're finally talking about the inflation, right? Finally.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, listen, just so you know, hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm away from home. I'm on my phone. Hopefully the headset's coming out okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're great. Volume's
Okay, good
great.
deal. Fantastic.
You're
Good
clear.
deal. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. Today is Wednesday. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday decided not to curb its easy money policy despite an economy that it acknowledged is regaining steam. TC, do you think that we're actually regaining any steam here at all, or is it just as they say, it's that easy money that's in this economy right now, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll trade the Steam comment for a smoke screen is what I would do.
There you
This
go.
is clearly a money printing operation.
Mm-hmm.
The Fed, by the way, if I'm cutting anyone off, I'm sorry, but this is a subject that I'm excited to talk about because I study this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the Fed, for a long time, was saying we had no inflation, or more specifically, let's be very, very accurate. They said we had 1.2% inflation.
Mm-hmm.
John Williams at Shadow Stats directly countered that by saying, no, no, no. It's averaging 9% since 2005. So you guys heard me right. For those of you who think, oh, geez, TC, you're off your rocker here. That's if you go over to johnwilliamshadowstats.com, you can actually see the adjusted CPI, and it's actually at 9%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the Fed is saying, oh, our goal now is 2.4%. And they're trying to reach that goal, 2.4% inflation. Well, with all the money printing that's been going on, we're actually well beyond 2.4% anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And we're still hanging out in the 9% range, despite the money printing, according to John Williams' Shadow Stats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because a lot of this, and by the way, I'm not going to hijack this into crypto because I don't want to talk about crypto tonight. But you guys can see the inflation in the crypto markets. You guys can see it in real estate even.
Yeah, you
So
can. In fact, let's talk about it just a little bit. Crypto had kind of flatlined for a minute there, right? After it took its big dive, everything was down about 20% or more. It took its big dive and then it stayed stagnant. The last thing that I want to see in markets nowadays, TC, I get scared when I see the stock market remaining stagnant, cryptos being stagnant, even when gold or silver get too stagnant. It kind of scares me because we're in this phase where it's either going to come back, make its comeback and slowly move higher, or it tells me, hey, we're going to start moving down pretty fast. You better buckle up because things are going to start moving, right? And do you think that that's why we saw this bump back into cryptos? Because we've seen the Turkish exchanges that are going down. No one bats an eye. Korean exchanges going down. I think it was South Korea that they're closing down exchanges as well. And they've got their reasons. Their government has their reasons for this. I don't know if we'll see these exchanges come back online. We don't know what kind of regulations they're going to put here, but it did not dent the crypto market a bit. Whereas you and I both know years ago, everyone would have been scared out of the market momentarily. You would have put half of your cryptos somewhere else until you knew what was happening.
Yep.
And now we've got this bump back up. Is this why? I mean, if we're going to actually talk about inflation, people don't know what to do with their money. They might be scratching their heads and thinking, okay, well, let me try this Bitcoin thing out.
Yeah. That's, once again, I would say, Fringe, that's a speculative venture. That would be the same as saying, hey, the stock market keeps going up.
Mm-hmm.
So I should put my money in the stock market. So I'm not an advocate for people actually going into risky ventures like that unless they have extra capital to spare.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk for a moment about gold and silver, because actually that's a juxtaposition for what you just talked about. We're not seeing the inflation really big in gold and silver. We have it from last year.
Yeah.
But nothing more has really happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it should be. They're just artificially holding down the prices, the spot prices. The premiums are still nice and high at $6 for silver on average, about $140 per ounce in gold right now on average.
Yep.
So that's, basically the inflation that you're seeing in the market until the scarcity hits a point where basically they can raise it to pretty much whatever the market demands. So the scarcity matters. That's where we're at right now. But what I'm worried about, honestly, and I just love the fact you're talking about inflation tonight, is groceries.
Yes, I have charts
that.
pulled up for us actually tonight. We'll get into that in just a little bit after I'm done with this article.
Okay.
But I do have, what I
Okay.
pulled up was corn, soybeans, and wheat, the futures for that. Um, it's not as easy. I would like to have pulled up some water futures for us as well, the California water futures, which is kind of some new ETFs that are out there. So it's not the best to dive into to look into historical factors here. But water futures are actually going higher as well, and there's regulations being put in California right now, which people would be surprised because you think nothing comes out of California. You would be absolutely astonished of how much of our vegetables, our produce comes out of California. It is a farmer state, believe it or not, and a majority of our produce, a good bit of it does come from California. Once we see these water cuts, the droughts that are happening, the inflation that's already here, all of this is like it's an avalanche, right? And it's going to keep moving faster.
Mm-hmm.
This is concerning to
Agreed.
me. TC, this is absolutely, and this isn't necessarily the channel where I would want to bring this up at, but guys, if you have the opportunity, having gold, silver, stocks, diversifying these kinds of things are fantastic. I love it. Get out there, get active in this sort of stuff, and, kind of be your own central bank. Also, you need to be your own grocery store. You've already seen the prices on the shelves go up. Okay, it's happening. I think it's going to keep happening. So just in case, it's not a bad idea to have some food on hand. Typically, I would not talk about this very much on this channel, but if you were buying storable food, even let's say 10 years ago, well,